Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Monday, June 6, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Colorado Avalanche vs Edmonton Oilers. Our team pick is Avalanche for the win. And here is why. The Avalanche have controlled this series with their offense stepping up and scoring 16 goals in the first 3 games. Nathan MacKinnon, Gabriel Landeskog and Valeri Nichushkin have scored 7 goals and 4 assists to lead the top line, but the entire offense has been great in the series. Nazem Kadri, JT Compher and Arturi Lehkonen have scored 5 goals and 5 assists to add depth to the forward unit, while defensemen Cale Makar and Devon Toews have added a goal and 7 assists from the point to put the offense over the top. The Oilers scored 6 goals in Game 1, but since then the offense has struggled, scoring only 2 goals in the last 2 games. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl and Zach Hyman have scored 3 goals and 5 assists in the series to lead the top 2 lines, but the rest of the offense has struggled. The hope is that the later lines can step up and defensemen Darnell Nurse and Evan Bouchard, who have added 3 assists in the series, can open up the offense with more shots on the net from the blue line. The Colorado Avalanche are averaging 4.54 goals per game and are scoring on 27.9% of their power play opportunities. Nathan MacKinnon leads Colorado with 10 goals, Cale Makar has 13 assists, and Nazem Kadri has 47 shots on goal. Defensively, the Colorado Avalanche are allowing 2.69 goals per game and are killing 75% of their opponent's power plays. Darcy Kuemper has allowed 24 goals on 234 shots faced, and Pavel Francouz has given up 10 goals on 125 shots. The Oilers are looking to avoid elimination and should play their best game of the series as a result. The problem is that the Avalanche have controlled this series in all 3 zones and look to overwhelm the Oilers once again in Game 4. The Avalanche look to build off a 4-goal game and pile on the goals with Nathan MacKinnon, Gabriel Landeskog and the rest of the forward unit, overwhelming the Oilers' defense with speed in all 3 zones, while creating open shots with great puck movement in the offensive zone. The Avalanche, who have only allowed 2 goals in the last 2 games, should also limit the Oilers' offense with Cale Makar, Devon Toews and the rest of the defensive unit, forcing turnovers in the neutral zone and defensive zone, while limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Pavel Francouz to make plenty of big saves. The Avalanche should win Game 4 to sweep the series and advance to the Stanley Cup final. It feels like if the Edmonton Oilers were going to make this a series and show some fight, it would have been Saturday in Game 3, but they choked the game away and had their spirit broken. Mike Smith also can't be trusted in net, as he's good for a horrendous goal allowed nearly every game. The Colorado Avalanche have won 22 of their last 31 road games, and they've now won 8 of their last 11 meetings against the Oilers. A cheap price with the Avs at this point is tough to pass up, as they've outplayed the Oilers in every area. Our total pick is over 6.5 goals. And here is why. The Edmonton Oilers are averaging 4 goals per game and are scoring on 26.7% of their power play opportunities. Evander Kane leads Edmonton with 13 goals, Connor McDavid has 21 assists, and Zach Hyman has 62 shots on goal. Defensively, the Edmonton Oilers are allowing 3.53 goals per game and are killing 85.5% of their opponent's power plays. Mike Smith has allowed 43 goals on 518 shots faced, and Mikko Koskinen has given up 6 goals on 58 shots. Defense and goaltending were fairly decent for the Avalanche this season. The team ranked 9th in goals against per game and 19th in shots against per game. Darcy Kuemper had a 37-12-4 record with a 2.54 GAA and a .921 SV%. He ranked tied for 4th in shutouts among all goalies in the league, with 5 shutouts on the season. Kuemper has been sharp in the playoffs. He has allowed 2 goals or less in 6 out of 9 starts, and he has allowed more than 3 goals in just 1 playoff game. Kuemper has a 6-2 record with a 2.44 GAA and .904 SV% in the playoffs. Unfortunately, Kuemper was forced to leave Game 1 due to an upper body injury, and it is not known how long his absence will be. Cooper missed Game 2, but Pavel Francouz was perfect in the net, stopping all 24 shots faced. Cooper also missed Game 3, but Francouz was solid once again, allowing 2 goals on 29 shots faced. Cale Makar was second in points, first in goals, and tied for 5th in assists among all defensemen in the league. Makar is tied for the team lead in the playoffs, with 17 points in 13 games played in the playoffs. He had 3 points in 3 out of 4 games in the first round, and he had 3 assists in the second round. Makar scored a goal and had 2 assists in Game 1 of this series, and he had 1 assist in Game 2. The Oilers were very good on offense this season. They rank 8th in goals per game and 10th in shots per game this year. Connor McDavid led the team with 123 points on the season, and he finished first in the league in points. Leon Draisaitl had 110 points, and he finished third in the league in points. Edmonton scored 4 goals or more in each of the 5 games in the second round. They scored a whopping 6 goals in a loss in Game 1, but they did not score a goal in Game 2 of this series. The Oilers scored 2 goals in Game 3. Connor McDavid leads Edmonton with 30 points in 15 games played. McDavid had a goal and 2 assists in Game 1 and scored a goal in Game 3. Leon Draisaitl is just behind McDavid with 28 points in 15 games played in the playoffs. Draisaitl had 2 assists in Game 1. Defense and goaltending were less than average for Edmonton this season. They ranked 18th in goals against per game and 21st in shots against per game. Mike Smith has started all 15 games so far in these playoffs, and he has a 3.18 GAA and .917 SV%. Smith allowed 3 goals or more in 4 out of 5 games in the second round. He struggled big time in Game 1, allowing 6 goals on 25 shots faced. Smith was pulled from Game 1 due to his struggles. He continued to struggle in Game 2, allowing 4 goals on 40 shots faced. Smith allowed 3 goals on 42 shots faced in Game 3. Edmonton scored 4 goals or more in each of the 5 games in the second round, and they scored 6 goals in Game 1 against Colorado. Connor McDavid leads Edmonton with 30 points in 15 games played in the playoffs. Leon Draisaitl is just behind McDavid with 28 points in 15 playoff games. Mike Smith has started all 15 games so far in these playoffs, and he has a 3.18 GAA and .917 SV%. Smith allowed 3 goals or more in 4 out of 5 games in the second round. He got crushed in Game 1 by the Avalanche's high-power defense. Smith allowed 6 goals on 25 shots faced in Game 1. He allowed 4 goals in Game 2, and he allowed 3 goals in Game 3. Colorado was excellent all season on offense, and they scored 3 goals or more in 5 out of 6 games in the second round. In the first round, Colorado scored 5 goals or more in 3 out of 4 games. They started this series on the right foot on offense, scoring 8 goals in Game 1, and they scored 4 goals in Games 2 and 3. The offense has been rolling in the playoffs for Colorado. Cale Makar is tied for the team lead in the playoffs, with 17 points in 13 games played in the playoffs. Makar had 3 points in 3 out of 4 games in the first round, and he had 3 assists in the second round. He scored a goal and had 2 assists in Game 1, and he had 1 assist in Game 2. Nathan MacKinnon is tied for first on the team with 17 points in the playoffs, and he has recorded at least 1 point in all but 2 playoff games. Both teams have been on fire offensively in the playoffs, and that will continue. The over will hit in Game 4. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.